Well, welcome to Matt Bajerski YouTube channel. Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Welcome to my foot. I have to point out my foot because it's the thing that's so important right now in my life. My foot. Why? Something's afoot. Because this beautiful foot was involved in a serious accident. The severity of the accident was, quite profound. But after a few weeks, I'm up and I'm walking. I'm walking around actually without the crutch, but I'm not, I'm steady away, not too much. Somebody didn't believe me the other day and somebody said, "You're full of shit." So, okay, I'll show you. I'm just going to turn that way. I'm going to put it down a little bit. Let's have a look. Okay, so no stick in my hand. The break was a few weeks ago, so there's my foot. So I'm gonna walk and I'm walking steady. I'm not going crazy. I'm walking steady, nice and steady. So there you go. And a lot of people have seen and it's not hurting, by the way, at all. I'd tell you straight away if it hurts, and I wouldn't walk on it if it hurt at all. No way would I walk on this if it hurt. So the doctors normally say go with the pain, but I didn't. I went to no pain and just stopped where I was comfortable. I listened to my body. I don't listen to the pain. I just listen to when to stop. I think that's actually quite a powerful thing, but now that the bone has, I believed, fixed completely, and I'll show you some of the things that I've used. Annika, fabulous. Have a look. Are you bored already? This one is for repairing the foot, and that's comfrey. So that's repairing, basically fixing the bone. They call it the bone fixer. And then this, which is rosa, in Spanish it's rose hip. In English, this is absolutely amazing for the scar. So, hang on. And I'm using this, which is castor oil for my stomach. The reason why is because when you're not doing as much exercise, you tend to find that if you're eating, you need to exercise, you need to move because your bowel needs to move. So when you rub that on your stomach, it seeps in and allows you to freely go to the toilet a lot more easier. So loads of things that are important. These are only just a few things. So my scar is literally healing so well. So one more thing. Every 2 hours, Golden Relief. That's my new oil. And isn't it funny how it came just at the right time? It's almost like I made it because somebody knew that I needed it. And I use this every time. This over everything was, in my opinion, that what got me through so much of the experience. For sure. Did it hurt? Of course it hurt. Of course it did. When they took me in, soon as they started the operation, it was morphine, and that's a killer. That to get rid of that out of your body, you have to do a really good detox, and that's what I've been doing every day, full detox. So somebody said you look dark under the eyes. My father was Polish and my mum was Italian, so you can see under my mum's eyes they're dark, so it's a natural thing, but some people believe it's not a natural thing. Some people believe that is something to do with tiredness and stress. Well, one, I don't have any stress to my knowledge at all. I've never felt better in my life. I have no stress, and I had no stress about this at all, this accident. There was a couple of 3 occasions where I just thought about it and thought, shut up, and get back into the happy zone and put some, funny films on that made me laugh. So many films that made me laugh. So yeah, that was that. Also, I sleep so well, so I have no issues with sleep whatsoever. So, that said, after 5 minutes of waffling on, how are you all doing today? How's your life? I hope my scars that I show you help you move forward with your challenges and tests. That's been something that I have lived by for 20 years. I openly show you my wounds, my fears, and more so, I guess, if you look at my videos, which are 2,400, you'd have to watch, 8 of them or 7 of them every day for 1 year to watch them all. That's pretty good going, I think. To say that we're still on YouTube, I think we've done pretty good to say we've done so many talks on so many subjects that the bully government, that if they don't like you, they'll just throw you in prison like Julian Assange. That's a prime example of how the bully system treats people and how it does not care. That's the energy of that. Doesn't care about left or right wing. It just throw you in prison. What for giving humanity the truth of what government's doing? Yeah, well, they're a bully. What do you expect? They're bullies. They're school bullies. But they're actually worse. They're the biggest mafia organisation globally. And then there's people who feed them, who pay them, because they're all corrupt. They're all parasites to the highest level. You're not going to get bigger parasites than people who work in government, in my humble opinion. And those in the background who tell the government what to do by way of just paying them to do exactly what they're told. And anybody who stands in front of a camera and tells you that we're here for you, they're basically lifetime actors. And they just lie. They just lie with a smile on their face. And then you get to the next level where that level of darkness becomes even more satanic. Not just selling your soul, but being those that control the world by way of means of culling the world, by way of means of causing a satanic ritual every day with fear and with disease and with letting mosquitoes go all over the world. I don't know if you know about this. Have you any clue about this? This is the mentality of governments. Governments and government officials, they don't care unless there's money coming in. They just want the pot of gold. They're only in there for so long. What do they give a damn about you? They don't give a damn about you. There might be one person that might, but most of them are all bought and paid for. So, when they come up with these crazy ideas, ludicrous ideas, them ideas are basically to penalise you in every way, shape and form. It's gonna tighten the noose around your neck one way or another, and it's going to make certain people very profitable. And that tightening of the noose around your neck, again, is the satanic ritual, which is meant to be given to you 24 hours a day. That's why everything on TV is breaking your soul, breaking news. And that is all it's about. If it was a world of love, if we were led by loving, kind, caring people who really, really want to make this world a better place, then you would see nothing but love and happiness and joy promoted all the time within social media, mainstream media, and within TV. But it isn't. It's all dark. It's all war. We need to kill each other. We need to cull the world. We need to stop this one person. So by stopping that one person, we need to sacrifice everybody else. So this is how it works. It's genius, really. It's a genius chess game, and they play and they know every single move that we try to counteract them. The only thing we've got really in our defense is our own truth, our own understanding, our own wisdom. And we have to work with that. That's all we've got. What else is there? We shine our light. We do our best. We share as much truth as we can to try and, point out where the darkness is, which is all being infiltrated through mainstream media, through nearly everything. Everything's being hijacked. There's always bribes every single moment of. I would say there's probably a bribe every single second of the day to keep this momentum going. When one person dies, when one parasite dies, there's another 400 waiting in line to take his place. That's why every single government is corrupt, every one of them. And when we say government, what is government? Government isn't a person, and government isn't a building. It's a fictitious energy. It's a lie. It's a manipulation. It's made everybody believe that it's an entity. It isn't an entity. It's just our imaginary fear that there is something bigger and more powerful than us. There isn't. They've just created that. It's genius, really. If you think about it, it's dark genius. And to dissipate, just to get rid of it, is like, just say that to yourself. What is government? Is it the guy in the suit? No. Is it the building? No. Then you've got to ask yourself, what is it? So, the only way it works is by the sheep who abide by those rules. So if you can help those sheeple and say to them, you know what, there isn't such thing as government. It's just a lie. It's all a lie. It's a manipulation, and say that to them. What is government? Well, is it the person in there? Is it them 2 or 3 people? No. Is it the building? No. Then what is it then? By, making them understand that it's just one big illusion, delusion, one big hypnosis through the black screen and through fear and through bullying and through if you don't do this, you'll be thrown into prison. That's how they get away with it. It's incredible how legalized robbery of taxes is legal. It's not legal. It's robbery. It is taking 30, 40, 50% of people's hard-earned money daily so that they can feed from it. Parasites, that's what they do. They feed from people. So without you, they don't have anything. So they know that's their power, that's their strength. So if they can continue feeding you with bread and circuses, and you go, and you believe everything that you've been programmed to believe from a child up till now, and if you're not willing to unlearn the lies, the manipulations that has been force-fed to us through propaganda, through education, which I don't call education. It's not education, it's brainwashing. Brainwashing of lies and manipulations. When you can unlearn all of that, that's when you really understand life, and then you can move forward little by little and take the steps that are necessary to change this world. And for me, I think how do I say it? For my path, if I was to move into the light right now, and I had those seconds to see all those images come in front of my eyes about what I've done in this world, I can honestly say that I'd be very proud. I'd be proud to go now. I'm not frightened. I don't fear it, because there's no such thing as death. My spirit, nobody can kill my spirit. Nobody can. They can try and hijack it. They can try and imprison it. They can try and do many things in this spacesuit, which they do via the V. But no, not to me. So yeah, I just think to myself, I'm kind of proud of everything that I've been through. I wouldn't change anything. Richie Allen asked everybody, if there was a time machine, where would you go to in the time machine if you had one chance to go there and come back again? And I thought about it, and I just thought, I really wouldn't want to go. I'm actually happy where I am. And would I want to travel into the future? Not really. I'm happy as I am. I'm happy as it is, and however this world plays out, however dark it may seem, I think that within me, within my life, and it might be part of the illusion but you choose your illusion, don't you? I choose the light. I choose happiness. I choose giving and being kind and caring. And then you get, scallywags who will say, yeah, but who are you? What are you doing? You're doing nothing. You're not helping anything. You're not creating anything to help stop this darkness. And all good points, but then you'd have to ask yourself, are we actually doing anything by stepping into that delusion of what's happening? By stepping into it, are we creating more of it? Are we feeding it? These are all great questions, and I've tried so many different ways. You'd be surprised. I actually look back on my life and think, wow, you're a bit of a lunatic back then. I actually remember sat there one day, sat up in the mountain and sending healing to a guy called, not a guy, he's a monster, called Tony Blair. And he was about to start a war, and everybody, we all knew it was a lie. Everything was a lie. Wars are made up. They're created. They're not just by accident. They're all created for reasons that normally are beyond our understanding because of what they're trying to do. But when you actually, you think, oh, it's that reason. No, it's not that reason. That's one of the reasons. There might be 50 reasons. And then when you look as a whole and you realize when you speak, if you believe this, when you speak to your higher consciousness and spirit world, they normally tell you that this is part of the experience, and it never ends, it never stops, it continues. That's why there's always wars. That's why there's always bad things happening, to show who you are and what you would do. Would you do nothing, or would you stand up and be counted? And that energy is a very powerful thing, because it's not just the experience, it's showing you at the end of the moments where you see all your pictures of what you've done. I believe part of this is complicated, but part of it is when you see something bad happening, what did you do? Did you sit back and do nothing, or did you get up and do something? If you got up and do something, then you will elevate in a spiritual sense. Your consciousness will grow because you've become more powerful in yourself. So there is a connection between this lion, courage, lighthouse, light worker, warrior. There's something in that when we move back home, we grow and expand the whole consciousness. Because that's what light is. It defends truth. It defends, all the things that are important. It will shine a light on darkness, and it will do its best to heal darkness. So there's a huge divide by people who say, well, what do we, some people say, well, we just shine a light and send our love. Well, I tried that with Tony Blair, and the war continued. And there were many other things that I did over the first, I would say, 3 years, and then I stopped because I said this didn't work. However, what did work was sending healing to people who needed, who wanted, who really appreciated it. So I found there was a benefit when you send healing to people who are open and wanting it and needing it. I saw that tremendously. There was even, I saw where even when people didn't know you were sending it to them, but they were of the energy of love, compassion, kindness. They were like you and I. They were just, you wouldn't turn down love being sent to you. You wouldn't turn down a hug if it was genuine. So I saw that there was a massive difference from 1 week to 1 month of how that person had healed, even though they didn't know I was sending healing. Those that knew I was sending healing, that energy was also extremely powerful and made a massive difference. But those who come from, I believe, a different place, whatever, part of the cosmos, they're a different spirit than us. These are dark, these are entities that reside within the spacesuit that we all have. And when you try and send healing to those that I call monsters or parasites, those that laugh and mock people who are like living on the streets, or people who die, or these are the ones who don't even bat an eyelid if they've just pressed a button and blown people up. There's just no conscious, there's no soul. It's dead. It's a different energy. They feed from that. So when they feed from causing distress, causing harm, wars, rituals, they smile and they pretend to you that they I did it from it's all lies. They're actors. But these monsters who have infiltrated the whole of global government, they've infiltrated every place whereby we have no say anymore. The say is gone. They control everything. They control big pharma. They control medical industry. They control your food. They control everything nearly. They're in everywhere and they have controlled it. They're positioned in a place that they control everything. That's why you have to start to think for yourself, because government isn't there to help you. Government is there to feed from you. It will suck out the living soul, or it will crush you, or it will do its best to cause you as much pain and suffering in front of a TV screen or in a newspaper. It is deliberately done because these entities that reside within these spacesuits, this body, are of a different place. They don't come from the place than you and I. It's a dark place. And they feed from negative energy. And they know that when we feel bad, we can create negative energy, and they feed from that. So every kind of culling, any kind of disease, any kind of fear is like food. It's like gold. It's like the most beautiful taste to them. And when we see this, it's like we're being torn apart. It's like poison. It's like toxic. And people just don't understand this. It's so difficult for people to get. And they look at people, say, well, he's in a spacesuit like me, so he wouldn't do that. And you say he wouldn't do that because you judge yourself and you measure yourself by what you do. But just because you wouldn't do it, it doesn't mean that he wouldn't do it, because he is not you and nothing like you. He does not come from the same consciousness. He is not from the God source. He is from pure evil, and it is an entity that does not feed from love. It does not feed from kindness. We feed from kindness. This is the battery life energy that we give each other. When you're feeling down today, I'm here to give my love and healing and smile and laugh. That feeds you. But these monsters don't feed from that. These monsters feed from people falling down, hurting themselves. These monsters feed from your every suffering, it feeds them. So most people just can't grasp it. They just don't get it at all. And maybe one day in the future, I've said a lot of things over the past 20 years that are now, oh, I remember you saying that years ago. And I'm like, yeah. And these things will come to light one day. Now, I've been told that I am as bad as everybody else because I'm trying to separate people. I'm not trying to separate anybody. I'm not trying to say, oh, don't speak to that person. Don't speak. No, I'm just saying be aware that when you find it difficult to understand why people do such bad things, really bad things, there may be an argument in there that they're not like you. They're nothing like you. On a level of physical and actions, no, they're not, because you wouldn't do that. But if you feel compassion for them because they come from the God source, then I think that's, for me, it doesn't sit right to me. It doesn't feel right. He's not like me. Tony Blair is nothing like me. Nothing like me. These monsters in government are nothing like me. If you've ever sat with these people, like I have, they're a different makeup. I'm talking about a different consciousness. They're not the same. If you ever sit with them, you can feel it. They don't care. There is no care. When you speak to them, it's like speaking to a cardboard cutout. There's nothing there. There is no energy of love or compassion or understanding or caring, none at all. And that's what makes them perfect to be in those positions. And all they want and all they feed from is power. They want power. Power comes from belittling you. Power comes from telling you what to do. It's all like enslaving you. It's like I have a company that I see as ours. The company, the girls that work there, they tell me what to do. I have never told them what to do. I'll suggest things and say, or about that. They're normally on the ball. Let's do this. Like, wow, brilliant. And we take care of each other and we all play our part to try and help our clients feel better. If a client's upset, we're all distraught. We want to help that client. What's happened? What can we do? And we look after, like, these monsters who work in Parliament, who work in the highest levels of the New World Order brigade, these crazy lunatics who are trying to put you into a city so you don't move. This is what they want, because in that energy is depression, is sadness, is these smart cities, and not so anything that's called smart is not smart. It's dangerous. And you imagine confining everybody like ants in an ant farm and not allowing them to move out of that farm. And if they do, they'll be penalised. What are you talking about? You're telling me I can't? What, you're telling me I can't walk over there? Who do you think you are to tell me where I can walk? And that's how we all should be, but it doesn't work like that. There's only 5% of people who would stand up to that. 5% would see it. Most people say, oh, tell me where to go, what to do. Oh, yeah. Oh, can only walk 60 steps and 61. Oh, no, don't walk 61 steps. Oh, no, don't do that. So we're living in this world where people are becoming more delusional. They're becoming more hypnotized by what they're told in smart cities. And the energy in smart cities are just going to make people sick. They're going to make people ill. There's going to be more cancers. There's going to be more diseases. There's going to be more mental issues in these cities. And anybody who wants to get out, good luck to you. Good luck. That's the whole point. They're trying to keep you in there so you don't go out, because they can't control you when you're out in the wild, in the wilderness. It's all about control. It's all about taking your wealth. It's all about watching you, where you're going, what you're doing. And right now, with the technology and with this crazy lunatic world we call science, what's happening is they're knowing your thoughts. They know your thoughts. They can actually link up the computer AI system can read your thoughts. It's happening right now, which means that you can't hold anything in. You can't. You're an open book to the AI technology that's coming out. So if you have a bad thought about the government, guess what? You're going to be penalised. Why? Because there's going to be no money left. Because money's going to be turned into this amazing, smart coins, which are all online. So paper's not going to be anymore. It's all gone. So you can't just give somebody on the street a little bit of money, or your cousin or your friend or your sister or your brother. You can't, here, it's 50 euros, go and enjoy yourself. Oh no, you can't do that, because they want your money. They want to know what you do with it, because they're going to tax you on it. They're going to tax you on everything even more. And this is where we are right now. And I've been talking like this for 20 years and it gets tiring, because it continues every day. And so many people, it's so cliche, but it's true. There's 5% of people who are awake and 95% who just do, who follow, who just want orders. Just tell me what to do. Just tell me where to do. Just tell me what to take. Just tell me what to do. Tell me how much I need to. Tell me what. It's like, there's nothing you can do about that. Nothing. People say that people are waking up more and more. Maybe so. But what I find, and what I'm finding, is those people who are waking up because they're sick. They're ill. They're really in a bad place because they've done something that they wish they hadn't have done. Literally, hundreds a week contact me saying, it's really bad, Mark. What can I do? And as a healer, I'd love to say, well, try this, try that. But nothing thus far, I understand, that can clear out RNA, DNA, that's all changed and altered within your body system because of that. And so I don't think it's that easy. I don't think it's that easy. A lot of people are. There was a healer who was telling everybody that she was healing people from, I think it was 4 and a boost or something like that. And So I went, wow, that's interesting. Somebody sent it me. And I was just interested in what she was doing to heal that out of the body. And the more I watched over like 8 months, I realized it was all bullshit. And that's what some healers do. It's just ego, and they really believe that they're a little bit deluded, I think. Um, there's one thing having faith, there's one thing having a belief system, but you also have to look and see if it's actually working, mate, pal. Uh, you're telling me it's working, but she's still sick. Oh yeah, but it's working. But she's really ill. And by the way, the three people that were really sick have passed away now. Oh yeah, but it was their time to pass away. All right, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I still don't know. I do believe that there are definitely things that you can do to maybe try and help the body for sure. We talked about horsetail, and we used it, and our teas are selling well. And families that have, grandmas, mums, and dads who took it and they weren't well, they were taking the tea and they were saying, well, they're feeling a bit better, things are a little bit better. The person downstairs who took the 3 and the booster, he's fine now. He takes the tea, and that's no joke. He takes the tea every week. He drinks it. I don't know so much this past few weeks, but he looks fine now. And it was a long process, a long challenge, but he's not the same person anymore. I can tell you that as a fact. It doesn't matter what you do and how, he's not the same person. Changed. Something's changed. He's not the same. That spark, that sparkle, it just seems more like an automaton now. And still loving, still kind, but there's just something that's changed. And I don't know if you've seen that in your family. But apparently now there's nothing to worry about because they've brought out another one, and this is the only one you need now. It's like, oh, people are going to queue up for it again. It's like, it's so easy. It's so easy to manipulate the world. Part of the Pure Energy Healing Academy is about the power that you hold when people come to you when they're in a bad place, when they're in fear, when they're in worry, when they don't know what to do with their life. And I point out to every single Pure Energy healer that it's vital that you realize that you hold so much power in your hand, and when you hold that power in your hand and in your thoughts and feelings and in your mouth, that you have such, it's a cliche again, it's the Spider-Man, you with so much power comes so much responsibility. And I point out the things that are so easy that many people can fall into. This I am God energy. It's like a God complex. I call it evil complex, not God complex these days. Don't turn to the dark side. Don't sell your soul. Don't manipulate. Don't be delusional and think that you are the answer. So I'm so pleased to say that 99% of Pure Energy healers come from that good place, but there are some that unfortunately do fall to the wayside who start to get this complex and start to go a little bit insane and crazy, and that breaks my heart. But there's not much you can do about that. You can't heal the world, and you can't heal everybody, and you can't help everybody. You can only give your truth and things that I learn as well. Sometimes, whoa, what did you just back up a minute? What did you just say then? Was that the right thing to say? Go and sit down and think about that, Mr. Bajerski. No, that wasn't the right thing to say. Okay, what are you going to do about it? I am going to be extremely careful how I come across and when I say certain things these days. Good. So that was at the beginning when I was learning. And I learned fast. I learned very fast. Not that I really upset people, but I upset myself because I had this kind of second voice. It's my consciousness saying, hey, just be a bit careful there. Could have put that in a different way. You could have said that a little bit different. And then when people come to learn Pure Energy Healing, I say, look, I'm going to save you 7 years of suffering that you might have to go through, but you might not if you just listen to what I've got to say. When you do this, this might happen. And I went through this and this happened to me, and this is what I did to stop it. So I share my experiences that people go, wow, I never thought about that. Oh, thank you for that. And then sometimes it helps them when they get to that point where they might say something or do something that they'll regret. And then, there's nothing wrong with experience, but it's also lovely to have somebody saying, hey, there's some pitfalls that you have to be careful of. So, yeah. Actually, in an hour and a half, we come together as the Pure Energy Healing family. Quite a few people became Pure Energy Healers this past month, and a few others from 6 months, a year ago, are actually joining us. And it's a Zoom call, and we all have a chat about our experiences, and there's some questions being asked about healing, of course, and about how to help your clients, and about confidence and things like that. And myself and Layla Sati's here at the moment, so we sit here together. She'll be here shortly. We sit here together and we talk on Zoom to a group of maybe, I don't know, 50, 60, 30. It depends what time zone it is. And we just answer questions, and we allow people to talk back, in the sense that share your experience if you've got anything to say. And it's always a beautiful, beautiful experience. So if you are a pure energy healer, if you are a healer of whatever, pranic, reiki, whatever, I just want to say thank you for being an amazing soul. For the amount of ridicule, mocking, belittling that we receive when all we want to do is help people. We actually normally receive more darkness than what a paedophile would do. That's how bad the world's become. So, but when light becomes dark and dark becomes light, when truth becomes a lie and lie becomes truth, when good becomes bad and bad becomes good, we know we're living in the times that we could be on the pinnacle, just at the edge of a huge change of energy. And I really, really hope it does change for the better for humanity. And I do hope, truly hope, that we will open our eyes. We live in that hope. We work towards that. We work towards the light every day. So more and more healers do make a difference in the world, because one healer in a family can change the whole of that family. And you've not just got one person in a family, you've got multiple families, because if your brother's married to somebody else, then that family as well. So it's such a beautiful ripple effect. And if you are a pure energy healer or a Reiki master, whatever it is, and whatever you're doing as a healing technique to help people feel better, then that kind of awakens people in so many ways. Profound. That's why healers get attacked, because darkness knows how dangerous we are to creating more light and more people awakening to the hypnosis that this world is in. And it's lovely to see. You probably understand this if you're a healer, but after a healing session, when somebody gets up and they become something different, they've changed, something's happened to them, that's the reward. That is the reward, and that stays forever. That lives on forever. So yeah, I guess I'd like to finally acknowledge every healer in this world. And whether you are a practicing healer, whether you're just a lovely soul who's a natural healer, which we all are, and you embrace that healing by touch, by kindness, by a caring ear, by sharing, by gifting, I want to acknowledge you today as being the lighthouses in this world. And you truly are loved. You are appreciated. And I can tell you this with my hand on my heart: if you do good in this world, your family in the spirit world are so happy. They're so proud. They're so joyful of you. And that's the one thing I always remember. When people sat in front of me when I was attuning to them and their family would come through, and how proud they were of them, of what they were getting through, what they were doing to get through challenging moments, grief, breakups, depression, all of these energies that dissipate instantly when you have a healing session. It just dissipates, and then you can slowly grow and grow, and then you start to say, well, why do I feel so good after a healing session? Why do I feel so good when I'm with somebody who's kind and caring? I want more of this. And that's when it starts to grow. Then you start to use, you know, natural products to heal yourself. You start eating healthier. You start doing all the right things. And thus you become the strength and the lighthouse. And you have to start somewhere, like I did at 38. So I dedicate this video to you, wonderful souls. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that has bought a crystal on markbajerski.com. I want to say thank you to everybody who's made a purchase this month. Thus far, it's been incredible, and it's only, I don't know, we're on the 7th or 8th. It's been incredible. Thank you so much. A lot of you took advantage of the amazing raffle that we're doing right now, and if you spend 120, you will automatically get a raffle ticket, which is put into that jar over there, and I will pull out 50 prizes at the end of this month. So November the 1st, I will read out 50 names, and the first one I'll pull out will receive £1,000 to spend on markbajerski.com. The second prize will receive a Moldavite Besanic from the Czech Republic, which is a hedgehog, which is valued at 1,000. And then there's going to be so many beautiful prizes. So yeah, 50 prizes. So a few people have really embraced that. And well, if you're buying a crystal on markbajerski.com and oils, incense, and it adds up to that price and over, if you spend 240, that gets you 2 tickets and so on. So some people have bought some amazing things, some grade AAA museum pieces. I think we've sold, I don't know, 4 or 5. So there's a few people who've spent some good money on some beautiful pieces. So thank you so much. So all your names will be in there on November the 1st. I'm looking forward to doing the raffle. So thank you guys. Yeah, thank you so much. Great support, and I'm really happy to be able to I don't know how I'm going to do it with the 47 prizes, but I'll choose the names, and then what I'll do is I'll lay the names down, and then I'll attune on my own in here on that table, and I'll just choose what crystal or oils or incense, or a crystal and incense, or oils and incense, or a book with cards and oil. I don't know. Or it might just be a beautiful crystal. I don't know. But trust me, it will be beautiful. It will be beautiful, okay? So thank you so much. Yeah, that's it really. Have a great day. I'm wishing you all a lovely day. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Bye for now.